You may remember me from my television shows in the 1980s and 90s, and now I host a regularly live-streamed virtual magic showcase featuring some of the greatest magicians in the world. Welcome to Dr. Michael's Friday Night Wizard Emporium. And welcome back, everybody, to this May edition of my Friday Night Wizard Emporium. So glad you could join us, and so grateful as well for all the entertainers that you're about to enjoy. And let's get right underway with one of my favorite entertainers. He's going to be on my show tomorrow, the Magical People Show on Saturday. Look that up on Facebook, Magical People Live. It's what can I say? I know that he's a martial artist. He teaches Tai Chi and Qigong. He's also an incredibly gifted magician. That's where I know him from. Let's put our hands together for the great from the UK, Paul Abbey.
Welcome to the show. Welcome back to Surrey, UK, where I'm recording from tonight. And I'd like to tell you a little bit about some of the wonderful places that I've been. I've travelled all over the world. I've travelled to America 3 times. I've been all over Europe. And I've even been on the cruise ships between Finland and Sweden. And on these journeys that I go on, I like to pick up some wonderful little gifts. And I brought this beautiful silk handkerchief, which I gave to my lovely friend Teresa, who's here tonight to help me with this wonderful effect. And I'm sure you don't mind if I borrow this just for the duration of this very carefully. This is beautiful silk. It comes all the way from Paris. It's even got the name on the corner here, embroidered in the corner, and it's up here. There it is. It's Paris, High Street, Guildford. Oh, yeah, which I'm not supposed to know. Sorry about that. But it's a beautiful silk handkerchief, and the shop is great because they sell bags and shoes and handkerchiefs and everything. Anyway, so this is a beautiful little trick that I'd like to show. Well, is it a trick? It's not really a trick. It's not really magic. It's more of a puzzle. And I'm even going to show you how to do this. But as long as you keep it a secret, otherwise I'll get kicked out the marriage magic circle. So the whole idea of this is you tie this very loose. It'll only work with silk, not chiffon, not rayon or polyester. It's got to be silk. And the whole idea is the silk is very slippery. And this trick is about when a knot is not a knot. It's when it's not. Not a knot. Like that. Now, a lot of people go, wow, that was so fast. Do it again. So I'm going to do it again slowly for you so I can explain how this works. You have to do the knot very loose, otherwise it won't work. Simple as that. You have to do it loose. And the whole idea is that the silk has got its own weight. So the whole idea is eventually, as you shake this, the knot gets tighter and tighter and just flops off the bottom. It flops off the bottom. It does. But I'll do it one more time and see if you can see it go. Here we go. See if you can see as it gets tighter and tighter. This is really difficult to do slowly because it happens like that and just drops away. Now, Teresa and I met at a dance, and I wanted to give her a little gift before we started dancing, and I wanted to give her a thing called a corsage. You don't know what that is? Look it up. Okay, and it's what you do when you give a lady a gift so that she becomes your dance partner for the evening, and it kind of works like this. So what I wanted to do was give her this lovely handkerchief and tie it around her wrist, not too tight, but just firm enough so it's going to be on there. And then I wrapped it round to be absolutely doubly sure. And to be triply sure, I put a couple of knots in the top of the handkerchief like this. And then we could go for a dance. And we did. We were dancing. We're dancing all evening like this. Now, I get a little bit kind of overexcited with this stuff. And Teresa got a bit tired and she wanted to sit down. And I wouldn't let her. I said, no, you're my dance partner. You've got to keep dancing. And then out the corner of my eye, I noticed she was trying to undo the handkerchief. Oh, no, you can't do that. And I carried on dancing. Then I realised that she reached over to the dining table to pick up a knife to try and cut the handkerchief. And I went, no, you can't do that. This is really expensive. It's silk. It comes all the way from
Paris?
Guildford. So Then she remembered, hey, when I first met Paul, he taught me a trick because he does magic. And she was able to grab hold of the knot there and, without me noticing, pulled the thing straight through her wrist while I still had her hand in my hand. And here's the really bizarre thing: the handkerchief is still tied with a really strong knot, or was it? Or was it just an illusion? In fact, was it one of these weird esoteric things in life that you just wonder what it's all about? Well, she did get the handkerchief back. Thank you all.
Well, thank you.
And there you go.
And there we go, the wonderful Paul Abbey via video from the UK. I'm excited to introduce our next performer, and honored to call him a friend. I'm assuming he's my friend. Watch, he'll come on and go, yeah, my friend Michael. Michael who? Dr. Michael who? Nonetheless, I love his humor. He's hysterical. I love his magic. From the US, let's please put our hands together for the great Micah Cover.
Wow. Thank you, Doc. Oh, it's an honor to be here. My friends, you know what I'm going to say. You know what I'm going to say. You know what I'm going to say. Come to the pre-show. It is almost as good as what you're about to see. Forget what I'm about to do. No, no, no. Come to the pre-show. Okay, so true story. I got to run back and forth, grabbing tea, grabbing a cough drop, getting ready. I don't get to hear everything. Uh, but as soon as I sat back in my chair and turned on the volume, I see Ian Flynn. Ian, where are you? Did we lose Ian? Where's Ian? He's gone. Oh, there he is. Ian, there he is. Oh, okay. All right. I thought we lost him. Okay. So he's not on camera right now, but I sit down. This is the first thing I see. Ian Fenn in his come hither lying down pose. We'll never know if the man owns pants. He's lying down in the Burt Reynolds, I'm on a couch, come hither, I'm naked underneath this t-shirt look. And the first thing he says, I have no context. He looks into the camera and all he says is, "Will you marry me?" And Rabina doesn't. Rabina does. I have no idea what they're talking about. Rabina doesn't miss a beat, and she says, "But you broke my heart, Ian Fenn, and now I'm proposing to your cat." I'm not making this up. This is exactly what happened. And then Rabina looks in the Brady Bunch configuration, looks directly at Tommy and says, "Tommy, you know that never works when you speak to me that way." And Tommy starts nervously stroking his beard. "But Rabina, I'm trying. We can make it work." It was the best episode of telenovela I've ever seen, and I didn't need subtitles. Thank you, Dr. Michael Leakey, for bringing this to us Caucasians so we can finally watch telenovela on our screen free. What's going to happen next month? I have no idea. I think Kevin Peele is going to hook up with Peanut. He's going to shack up with Peanut, live in sin with Peanut, but no spoilers. I didn't mean to spoil next season, Dr. Michael Leakey. Anyway, come to the pre-show. It's almost as good as what you're about to see, especially after me. So, Dr. Michael, it's an honor to be here. Peanut was so excited. Peanut's like, "Oh my God, someone's going to finally pay my rent." I don't blame you, Peanut. Yeah, I hope you and Kevin are very happy together, and I hope you both learn Spanish so I can see you on telenovela. Dr. Michael Leakey, can I have you on screen, please? My friend, you are my friend. Can I have you on screen, Dr. Michael Leakey? Yes, guys, give it
Absolutely
up for Dr. Michael
hysterical.
Leakey. Give it up for Dr.
Thank
Michael
you.
Leakey
Thank you,
for
Micah.
making
All
this.
that Micah said was true. And we're all very
And it happened.
self-conscious before the show because he eavesdrops and he listens to stuff. And
Yeah,
I'm just praying that he says it. He says it anyway.
yeah.
That's hysterical. Thank you.
You guys give me my best material, so thank you. All right, so here we go. Oh, Dr. Michael Leakey, yes, I almost forgot to preface this. I'm about to share with you the greatest magic trick of all time, say the wiggly fingers of mystery of all time. Dr. Michael Leakey, do you know how? Oh, wait, Peter John is setting up some sort of school assembly. I'm not going to be able to compete with that. Whatever Peter John has, I clearly cannot, whatever the heck that is, he's getting an A. And I'm getting sent home. That is the best school assembly I've ever seen. Anyway, Dr. Michael Leakey, this is the greatest trick ever. Do you know how I know, Dr. Michael Leakey? Do you know how I know?
How?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. Because, and let me unblur this, because I am using the greatest book ever written, Dr. Michael Leakey. Yes, it's the greatest book ever written. And if you don't have this, shame on you. Yes, yes. I said, Dr. Michael Leakey, don't give away your secrets. Now they're going to use it for the dark side. And Dr. Michael Leakey just wiggled his fingers and said, my plans are perfect. But he's Canadian, so he said it like he apologized at the same time. It was really weird. But anyway, yeah, look at now. I was going to kill the light. You can see the glare, but that's kind of the point. Look at how glossy this is. Hugh Hefner published this. You got to get Hugh Hefner gloss in order to get this kind of gloss. This is amazing. I don't know how you got Hugh Hefner to publish this, but it is an amazing book. If you don't have it, shame on you. Okay. Ooh, and I made a bookmark with your beautiful smiling face. So, Dr. Michael Leakey, here we go. I'm going to say go, and then you say stop. Go, say stop.
Stop.
Excellent. All right, here we go. Now, I'm not going to peek at where you said stop. I'm going to try to keep this in frame, but I'm not going to peek at the number the page number just yet. It doesn't really matter. You'll tell me a little bit later. And of course, Cheryl already knows because she's read the book and she knows how to read people's minds anyway. So I don't even know why I'm performing this. But the point is, do you want to go one up, one page down, or stay there, Dr. Michael Leakey? How do you feel?
I feel with my hands. Let's go one page up.
He feels with his hands, ladies. Dr. Michael Leakey. Oh, are you taken? Oh, man, you are every woman's dream. Okay, so one page up. Here we go. I'm going to go one. And again, I'm going to try not to look at the numbers yet, but I went one page up. And I'm going to. Now, the purpose of this is to block my view. But also, I slid it in exactly where you said, that's fun to say on the internet. You're welcome. Anyway, I slid it in exactly where you said, and check this out. It's also going to block my view. Now I've got to position it just right so that you can see the page number. Now, Dr. Michael Leakey, I'm looking away. It doesn't really matter, but I'm trying to show it in frame. Are you able to see the page number, Dr. Michael Leakey? And if
More
you
or
can't,
less.
maybe more or less. Okay, yeah. Who published this with this tiny writing? Yeah, who published this book with these tiny page numbers? How am I supposed to do a book test when the page numbers are so tiny? All right. So, Dr. Michael Legge, do you think you know or the page number, or can we get
I
a
think I
witness?
know. It's within a couple of pages for sure.
Within a cut, that's all we need. Give it up for Dr. Michael Leakey. Give it up for Dr. Michael Leakey. Very nice. All right, Dr. Michael Leakey. Now, if you were here, and I wish you were, because I know how you love to feel with your hands, you would be taking this from, yes, you would be taking this from me. But yes, with the wiggly fingers of mystery, Dr. Michael Leakey. Yes, 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 and the windshield wiper fingers of magic. So I would ask you to hold on to this. Yeah, very, very nice, Dr. Michael Leakey. And by the way, as good as you are at that, you know who's even better? Tommy Burnett with the bus stop. I've never seen better bus stop moves with the thumbs. He is the funkiest Caucasian I know. Look at it. He threw the bus stop. Look at it. Look at the funkiest Caucasian I know. Yes. You guys are amazing. Yes. Once again, I guess this show is for Caucasians because we white folks, we love to do the bus stop and we love telenovela without Spanish. So anyway, but please, Dr. Michael Leakey, this is not about me. This is about you. Can you tell me what page number you saw, Dr. Michael Leakey? Do you remember?
I think it's around 43 or so. I may be right or wrong.
43. Perfect. Okay. All right. Cool, cool, cool. All right. So here we go. It's around 43. Wait a minute, Dr. Michael Leakey. I
Wow.
think I see something strange in your book. I think I see
Wow.
something strange. Now, this says 44. This says 47. Is it possible the page was 45, Dr. Michael Leakey?
Yes. Yes, it could
Yes, it
very
was.
well be.
It could very well be. And Dr. Michael Leakey, do you happen to have, and this is how we know that we're friends because I literally know where you live, Dr. Michael Leakey. Do you have some mail from me, sir? Do you have some mail? Oh, yeah, magical Miss Charlie. She's like, I got to hydrate for this. This better be
I
good.
have some
Yeah, we're
mail,
coming up on the end. This better be good.
maybe
Yes,
some
you have some mail.
email as well. There's some mail. Should I open it?
Yes, please. Yes.
Be-
Open up the mail.
Because if I don't, there's no effect, is there?
That's right. So thanks for
Okay.
sticking to the script. Yes.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Uh-huh. This looks
Aha.
suspiciously like a page out of my book, which is also a
Wait.
cliche saying, oh my goodness, with my handy dandy magnifying glass, it is page
Yeah.
45 on one side, page
Page 45.
46 on the other. Indeed.
Beautiful. Okay, so on
Wow.
my book here in America, we've got page 44. 45 and 46 is missing, and we're back to 47. And you were telling me that you have this missing page. Is that right, Dr. Michael Leakey?
Correct.
Love it. And let's just make sure it is in fact the right page, not just a duplicate. My page 45 on the top of the page, and you might even be able to see it in my camera. The first word is in bold quotes. It says index, and then it says CA. Does your page begin with maybe RD or RDS at the top of your page in bold?
On which page, 45 or 46?
45.
Excellent. Yes, it does.
Yes, it does. And then finally, on the bottom of my page, the last line says of HEA. And I'm betting the next letters are going to be RT or probably RTS. Do you have that on your bottom line?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It is
Let me just,
It is a match. And there it says 45. And then last thing, Dr. Michael Likey, on the page that was mailed to you that you
yes.
have in your hot little hands, do you see anything else that's unusual about that specific page, Dr. Michael Likey?
Surprisingly, some letters are circled.
Letters. Yes. And thank goodness they're not in Spanish. Can you read the letters out loud in order from left to right, top to bottom?
I will do that. T
Yeah.
H A N K S D O C.
Thanks, Doc. And guys, give Doc a big round of applause because he deserves it. Dr. Michael Leakey, it is a pleasure to open for you and these wonderful people. And everybody else after me, I expect you to do all of your routines in Spanish. So thank you so much, guys. Muchas gracias, amigas. And Dr. Michael, it's a pleasure to be here, man. Thank you so much. Thank you
Thank you,
both.
Micah. Don't go away. I want to ask you our
Oh,
question. I'll be torturing all our performers this day with a question. What's the one question people ask you that you wish they wouldn't, and one you wish they'd ask but never do?
and did you see the evil eyebrow? Did you see that? He's Canadian, but he's got a sneaky side to him.
Indeed.
Yeah, yeah. Peter John is recording this as we speak. Yeah, for the Mexican government because now we owe them all. Yeah, we stolen all their plot lines. Thank you, Peter John. Yeah, there's got to be justice. Dr. Michael, yeah. Oh, that's a good question, Dr. Michael Likey. What's the one question that people ask me that I wish they wouldn't? Is that one of them?
Yep.
Yeah. Here's one of my favorites. You guys will love this. How long have you been a musician? It's literally two letters. It's and they this probably has happened to all of you. So how long have you been a musician? Well, I've been playing the oboe since I was a kid. They all say this. I have no idea
Absolutely.
why. Maybe we should learn Spanish. Okay, and then the other one was okay. What's the question
You'd wish they'd
you
ask
wish
but never do.
Yeah. When is Dr. Michael Leakey's show and how can I get on it and where's the link? I swear to God, man, I love it when people show up, when they support, and especially this show, Dr. Michael Leakey. What you're doing is wonderful, and that is sincere. I wish more people would ask more often. Hey, how can I support your show? How can I support Dr. Michael's show? Where's the link? I want to be there. How can I be there? This world would be a better place if we supported each other more, especially people who want to come to my music recitals. I want them to be there. So that's my answer, Dr. Michael Likey. And thank you
Let
so much for letting me be here,
Thank
man.
you. Let's say folks want to contact you, Micah. How can they?
Through you, I tag you all the time, and I mean that metaphorically, ladies. Don't get jealous. I'm talking about on the social net. Yes, I tag you all the time, but yeah, you and you're a master at this, Dr. Michael Likey, but I'm on the Facebooks and the Instagrams And I think I'm still on MySpace, probably playing my oboe. But yeah, I'm all over the social meds. So thank you, and thank you for letting me be a part of this, Dr. Michael. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, Micah, for putting up with me. Have a great rest of the day, and thank you so much for showing up.
Thank you. My pleasure. Thank you.
Because if he wouldn't show up, we'd have no show. He would not be here. Thank you so much, Micah. I think we should clap for him again. Looking forward to our next performer because, quite frankly, I never know what she's going to do. And I'm always pleasantly surprised and mystified as well. Um, I want us to please put our hands together from the US of A, the great magical Ms. Charlie.
Thank you so much, Dr. Michael, for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here. It feels like forever, but it's wonderful. I have a classic of magic with a little twist. Uh, I do hope you should see this. I brightened my lights. So they say that life is linear, like a thread, like this thread here. We have a beginning and we have an end. And what's in between is what we fill our lives and moments with. And that could be everything from everything we gain, all of our losses, our loves, our heartbreak, our successes, our failures, and just everything within our life. Well, stay in camera, Charlie. And as you can see, when we look so closely at it, it's jumbled, and we can't really make heads or tails out of it, and it just gets all mixed together, and we can't really figure out, did we make the right choices? Did we do the right things? And even if you try to put it together and just let it hang, we realize that yes, indeed, we did make the right choices, and our life is the best that we can make it. And I thank you.
Yay. That's
Thank
awesome.
you. Thank you.
Awesome. The magical Miss Charlie. Let's chat. Wow.
Yes.
You always amaze me. And
Thank you.
you're right. That is a classic of magic. It's one I favor a great deal because it's right there. And you went
Yes.
really close to the camera and still mystified us nonetheless and puzzled us. Let me ask
Thank
you the
you.
question that will be the running theme, the running question. What's the one question people ask you that you wish they wouldn't, and one you wish they would ask but never do?
Oh, there are so many answers I could give. You know, you could be in just obscure and crazy or true and realistic. You know, uh, when in regards to magic, I get asked a lot, how do you do that? And I mean, we all do, kind of nature of the beast there. And I don't mind them asking, it's their curiosity behind it, but I really don't want them to ask that. It's never the goal, you know. Oh, it was so good. How'd you do that? Or do it again. That's not necessarily a question. So that's the one I really don't want them to. What I would prefer, and don't get asked too often, it comes up once in a while like a little golden nugget or a golden ticket, if we're going to think of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, is how long did it take you to do or learn or achieve whatever they just saw, like this classic of the gypsy thread? And that to me is a more emotionally connected question. It's the same vein. It's like, how do you do that? But how hard is it? How long did it take you to do that? And there is really never a good answer because, yes, the mechanics of it you can learn, whatever the illusion, effect, or routine is, but it's the honing of it, the getting it to emotionally stimulate your audience and get them emotionally involved, and that's where the work comes in. So that's what I'd like
Absolutely.
them to ask.
Absolutely. I was just thinking, you reminded me that in answer to that, how long has it taken you to learn or practice this effect, why not say, because often they will evolve, right? We may come up with, we might
Yes.
set it aside or put it in our act or whatever. And maybe years, weeks, months later, it's like, oh, I have a new routine or I have an addition to this. Or how about if I do this or that to this effect? So maybe the answer would be, I'm still working on it.
That is a wonderful answer, and I agree. Gypsy thread, along with a number of rope effects or card tricks, have that ability to allow them to mold to the pattern that you create. Because some you're very stuck with. It's just the mechanics. It's just how this particular routine or effect will go. Whereas there are some that are just so wonderful that you can make it into anything. I have for Gypsy Thread, I think I have about three that I rotate through just because it is so malleable and so specific in the moment that you're sharing with your audience. So, yeah, to me, it never ends. A creative process really should be something to approach that it's never done. You're
Yes,
never finished with it. It should evolve through time because once you hang it up, are you really done with it? No.
exactly. Exactly. Very good.
Thank you.
So, and I don't see why they wouldn't. How can people contact you? You know you have to contact the magical Miss Charlie to have her at your next event, whether it's for
Yes.
kids or adults or both. How can they contact you?
That would be my Linktree address, which is linktr dot ee uh, / magical Miss Charlie. I lost it for a second.
Excellent.
I'm
It's
also on
hard.
Facebook, and yeah, it does. You get caught up into the moment. It's like your own phone number. You don't call it, so you don't know it,
Absolutely.
right? It's our my
Absolutely.
the link tree's already bookmarked. But I'm on Facebook and Instagram and Threads, and I started Blue Sky, but I haven't loaded anything on there yet, so it's very vacant. But I'll get back to it soon.
Yeah, I find the same. Like I am as well on Blue Sky, I believe it's called. And it's always an afterthought. Like I'll put my stuff all over social media and then it's like, oh yeah, mustn't forget Blue Sky because who
Right?
knows,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
I want to thank you so much for joining us this day, for gracing
Thank you.
us with not only your wonderful presence, but your mystifying magic as well. Let's put our hands together once again for the magical Ms. Charlie from the US of A.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Michael. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Have a wonderful, magical weekend.
Thank you. Thank you, Charlie. Hey, we are jumping from the US over to the UK, and he's on video. Hopefully, he's around and we could chat with him. Hopefully, he is in studio. I'm not sure. I'm sure we'll find out by the end. But let's put our hands together from the UK for the great Peter John.
Yes, I'm here in the studio.
Yay.
Hello everyone. Today I'm showing you a number of so-called coin boxes with methods for magicians to make a coin disappear. This is the oldest one, possibly pre-World War II, so 80, 90 years old. Consists of a little brass vase into which you put a coin, you place the lid on, nothing in my hands, take the lid off again, and you find the coin totally vanished and my hands are empty. Next we come to a slightly different arrangement with a little brass box. I'm using English 10-penny pieces we have there, and a cap. We take a number of coins and we put them under the table. Say the magic word, abracadabra, and you find they come up from under the table into the little box. And there are 2 or 3 designs of that. There's another one that's designed to take an English penny. There's a very unusual one, a square box to vanish several coins at once, or dice or small objects. There's a similar one, the Union Jack, because we're in England. One to do with the pantomime, that's Aladdin. That one can vanish several at once. We have a separate video for that. Oh, and various so-called Okito box, named after a famous magician. This one I'm using an English £2 coin. We'll put it in, do it a bit closer. There we go. See it quite clearly in the box. You can hear it. Right, watch. Totally gone. We often say the psychology of magic is if you vanish something, you should reproduce it. But if I reach under the table, you find that it's actually gone under the table. So there is my range of magic coin vanishing boxes. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Peter John from the UK, and coincidentally, I believe he's in the studio. Let's please chat with him briefly.
Oh,
Uh, there he is. There he is. Thank you so much for joining us this day in person, Peter John. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you for the honour of coming on your show.
The honor is ours indeed. I love, and I'm not just saying that to be kind, I love your props and what you do with them. And I want to emphasize for magicians and non-magicians out there, it's not about the props. The props are an
Incidental.
extra. They're eye candy, if you will. They're gorgeous in your case. They're beautiful, and many are collector's items, I believe. But it's
Correct.
also the magic you bring to them, so they themselves appear almost magical in themselves. And let's chat very briefly. I think you had a couple of Okito boxes. I don't know if one, I believe the little Aladdin's lamp was also a Boston box as well, but
Yes, correct.
let's not reveal anything because we do have non-magicians in our audience. Um, you just go along collecting these over time. Do you seek out certain ones? How does that process work?
Well, most of the items you've seen over the last 2 years, I've acquired probably over the last 70 years. The little brass one I started with just then is at least 70 years old, possibly made in 1930s, and that was given to me. Sorry, that I got from the Portsmouth Magic Circle. I used to do Jumbo Day every year and an auction, and so that was auctioned, and I wasn't leading the bidding, but 1 or 2 very kind other magicians knew my interest, stopped bidding, so I was able to win the bid.
Wonderful,
Can I
wonderful.
mention that we should all be grateful next week, Thursday the 8th, is VE Day, and for our parents and relations who fought in the war, we have peace we have today. And so there's, in England, we're celebrating on Bank Holiday Monday, next Monday, street parties and other events. And maybe in your country, you also have a lot of videos and people recounting the times.
We do. We do. It's celebrated depending on where you are in North America. It's celebrated at different times, but it is important. It's very, very important. It's always been, but especially nowadays as well. You'll be no exception. You won't get away with not being asked these questions. So, um,
Okay.
what is the one question people ask you that you wish they wouldn't, and one you wish they would have asked you but never did?
Well, quite often people, maybe table magic or interview afterwards, stage show, they say, well, we would like to see you do that trick again. On a few occasions, I have a variation, and so I can do it. But as a general rule, I don't repeat a trick in the same audience. And if I come back a year later, I have my notes and I will alter it. So if it's a chosen card, I will make perhaps of a steam railway we have. So I'll use a steam railway pack of cards. Maybe the next time I would choose Aladdin or famous magician, Houdini. So I do have a bit of a difference. Maybe the trick in itself is the same, but presentation slightly different.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Wonderful. Let's say folks want to get in touch with you for a special event or just because, how can they?
If you look at my name on the screen, my internet site is peterjohn.co.uk and there's a response form on one of the pages.
Excellent. Excellent. Again, what an honor. You're so appreciated, Peter John. You truly are. Thank you so much for allowing us to show your videos and for you physically participating as well. Thank you so much.
That's very kind of you. Thank you.
Thank you. And we're going to stay in the UK. We really are. And he's also one of my favorite entertainers. He's your mate. He's John the Great from the UK. Please, let's put our hands together for a video of John the Great.
I'm John the Great and I'm your mate, and today I'm going to show you some magic. Here is my magic ladybird with one spot. I've never actually seen a ladybird with one spot before, so what we'll do is we'll put this down my back, we'll say the magic words, bing bang boom, and then the ladybird has now got two spots, okay? And we'll put it behind my back again, we'll say bing bang boom, and now there's three spots. We'll put it behind my back yet again, bring it out, and there's now four spots. We'll do that one last time, bing bang boom, and there's now five spots. Now some people say I'm cheating here, but I just simply turn the ladybird round. But as you can see, that is not the case, and we now have 14 spots, and if we turn it round the other way, the spots turn colour and are now 14 silver spots, and that's magic.
And let's put our hands together for John the Great from the UK. Always entertaining, always mystifying as well. And I just want to take a moment to thank the entertainers that have been on thus far. I'm looking at my cue sheet, and we have quite a few more that I'm very grateful for us to have. But we're going to pause and do an experiment of the mind with my partner in magic and mentalism, Cheryl Hayes. So perhaps we can bring Cheryl up. And Cheryl is no stranger to open mic and this show and my Magical People show where she co-hosts. How are you this day, Cheryl?
Doing okay. How are you?
Awesome. Awesome. I'm looking forward to this effect if you will, and I have some questions about it. It's going to be a prediction of sorts, I believe. Is that correct?
Right.
So, how do these predictions, visions, if you will, how do they come to you? Do they come as imagery? Do they come as, and if they do come as imagery, do they come as symbols? Do they come as words on the page? Do they appear as if they're on a slate in white lettering? How do they tend to come to you?
In picture form. In picture
Okay.
form. Usually when I'm just, clearing my mind, not thinking of much, which doesn't always happen, but when I'm not thinking of anything, then I usually get a vision.
Excellent. For myself, it's easy to clear my mind when there's nothing there to begin with, but we're going to call on a couple of audience members to form a committee, perhaps two, and we'll see what we can accomplish this day. Because I know, without giving too much away, I know you've made a couple of predictions. Hello, Holly. How are you this day? Please unmute yourself.
Yep. Hey, everybody. Hi.
There
Hello.
we go. There we go. One of the greatest horror authors, and I say that honestly. And we have two more incredible guests. We have Merson. We're emphasizing Merson, and
Barbie.
that's right. There we go.
Thank you,
Okay.
Polly.
I'm not sure if she wants to be in frame or not. That's completely up to you. Thank you guys for joining us this day as well. I believe we're going to employ a deck of playing cards. I love cards because they're so visual. And that's the truth of the matter. I mean, we've worked with, I believe, Cheryl and I, ESP cards, which have the symbols, but they're usually very plain symbols, black on white or white on black, and there's nothing wrong with that. They're wonderful. They're very simple. But the mystique of playing cards has always enchanted me. And there's a whole history behind them. Some people believe they've evolved from the tarot. My research says yes, other people say no. There's a great mystical aspect to playing cards. They can be used for fortune telling, they can be used as pure entertainment. And I want to emphasize with this experiment, if you will, it's for pure entertainment. There's nothing of a mystical or strange nature or the occult in any way, shape, or form. Holly, would you mind very much if we employed you for this?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Well, you are there after
What
all,
would you like me to
so
do? Just say stop?
very
Yeah.
good. I'm going to break open the deck very, very briefly, and I'd like you to please remember the card because I won't say it. I'll see it. Probably our whole audience will. It doesn't matter that Cheryl sees it because she's already made her prediction. But I'd like you, please, if you will, to remember this card.
Okay.
Okay, keep it in your mind. I won't remember it. I've got the world's worst memory as a thought reader. I truly do have the world's worst memory. And Merson, should we get you up? I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to crack open the cards at a specific place. Don't say what the card is, but please do remember that. Remember what the card is. Is that all right?
Yes.
And let's do this. Keep it in
Thank
your
you.
mind. Keep it in your mind. There we go. I think you'll all agree, and I'll place these back in the pack for another day. I think you'll both agree that was quite spontaneous. I could have cracked the deck open at any spot, but chose twice. We should challenge ourselves one day, Cheryl, and do three or more. But for now, we'll do the two. I'd like you all to focus on your cards, have them as plain as day in your mind. And Cheryl, I'm not sure, but would you mind revealing each one at a time what you have predicted?
I will. I have to get my handy dandy stuff so I can do it.
Ah,
Dinky stuff. All right. So here is nothing.
e- excellent.
Oh, this smells so bad.
And you truly are rubbing off the nail polish.
Yeah, there's the nail polish. Oh,
And
let me get if you can see.
excellent. There we go. It's a club. I think you'll
Yes,
all
yeah.
agree. It is the four of clubs.
That was fun.
There we go.
There we
That
go.
Oh,
was
there we go. Now
very
I see it. Awesome.
You
excellent.
know,
Now let's attempt Merson's card. If you did indeed, you made two predictions, I believe.
yes.
Two hunches.
Tough to do when you can't see.
There we go.
That's what's wrong.
And the other one is indeed a heart.
Diamond.
Diamond,
Diamond.
diamond
Diamond.
rather. I got the
There.
color right anyway. Six, the
6. Yep.
six of diamonds. We've got Merson's card as well.
There we go.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you so much, Cheryl, for helping us this day. And thank you, my audience committee of Holly and Merson, for helping us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Cheryl, we'll see you on tomorrow's show, co-hosting with me on
Yeah.
Magical People Live. We have a great guest on there. I'll look forward to seeing you then.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Dr.
And
Dr. Michael,
yes.
can I interrupt? You didn't ask Cheryl the questions.
Oh,
Because
indeed.
Cheryl can't get away with not answering those questions.
Dang it. I'm gonna
Thank
remember
you for
that.
that, Kevin. Thank you. Didn't want to press my luck with her, but that's all good. So, what's the one question people ask you that you wish they wouldn't, and one you wish they would have asked but never do?
Probably the same thing. Why? I'm always asked, why do you do this? Or how, well, not always how, but if I was gotten, how did you live so long doing what you do? So why can go for both.
Very good. Very good. Well, thank you for that, Cheryl. We'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow on Magical People. Yay. I don't believe how quickly the show is moving along. We have someone who is a regular. Well, we're regulars as well. We're blessed to be regulars on the Open Mic Magic Theater every Wednesday. Please check that out on Facebook. Look it up. Open mic, not Mike, Mike, but MIC. Oh, you don't have visions of a saw or some kind of can opener opening me up, but nonetheless, open mic, MIC, Magic Theater, every Wednesday. She is a regular on that show. I always look forward to what she's going to do. She's always full of color and enchantment, which is why they call her Robina, the Enchantress from the US of A. Let's put our hands together for Robina. Yay, Robina the Enchantress. Excuse me, from the US. And in the studio, in her own studio, we have Robina. I
Mm.
love that routine, Robina. How are you this day?
I am doing just fine. And it's interesting. I love that one too. It's so fun making the dots appear and disappear and reappear again. It's
Exactly.
entertaining for me as well.
Exactly. And one of the things I love about it, this is magic is an illogical sort of thing.
Mm.
One who is not a magician, audiences consisting of non-magicians, to them the stuff is illogical. Like what's going on there? How did this appear and disappear and blah blah blah, or get cut in half and then restored? But I love the logic of this magical routine that we shared with everybody because yes, the dots vanish and it's like, whoa, that's awesome in itself. That's really cool. Wow. And before you can recover from that,
Mm.
boom, they're back. And I love that full circle, pun intended, that full circle thing where they're gone, but then they're brought back at the end in a magical fashion. Is that your own routine?
Yes. Yes, it is ever evolving. I think we talked about that a little while ago with Miss Charlie, that the routine doesn't stay static. It's like, oh, I like that, but next time I'm going to make it here, expand a little bit here, make this a little bit better. And it is ever evolving. But yes, those are my routines. I even when I get something new, I say, oh, okay, look at the instructions and say, okay, that's how not to do it. I put them down and then do something completely off the wall with it. That's just my way.
And I love that. I love that's true. You do a lot of stuff that I've recognized, but completely different. For example, when you come out and you're beautiful, it's often very colorful and pretty, and your movements are very well choreographed. And then the props come out, and it's like, oh, okay, I think I know and I don't know. I rarely know what's going to happen, what you've done with that particular illusion or illusions. So it's
Yeah.
very cool. If you don't mind, I'd love to ask you the question I've been asking everybody. It's really two, but what's the one question people ask you that you wish they wouldn't, and one you wish they would have asked but never do?
Well, I laugh because one of the things that people ask, well, can you make my husband disappear or my wife disappear or can you, and I laugh because it's somewhat anticipated. And I said, are they still there? Oh, that's good because, I hate to have the FBI come after me, so, I come up with some type of a smart aleck answer. Um, but the other thing we talked about was that, oh, well, how did you do that? And it's like, oh, well, I thought I did. Hopefully I did it fairly well. Isn't that how I did it? And that always annoys people as well. Oh,
And that, as performers, that's what we strive to be, is annoying, isn't it?
oh, right, absolutely.
So let's say folks want to get in touch with you for a show, or you've got a magic shop per se. Ah,
Uh,
there we are. I was
uh,
getting ready to pull out some kind of information. You've got it right there, rabinamagic.com. And
and
everything is there, I believe, ways to
everything is
contact
there,
you.
including how to get tickets for this show, there should be also how to get tickets for your magical people. I believe it's already been put there, plus how to get tickets for the Wednesday open mic magic theater show. So, uh,
Absolutely. Another
and
one I
just
look forward
contact
to
me.
seeing you. I always look forward to seeing you
Uh,
and Tommy and Kevin, of course, and all the wonderful
yes.
guests that appear on there on the Open Mic Magic Theater. Look it up on Facebook and you can catch all of us there and more.
Yeah.
So I have to thank you once again for joining us this day, Rabina the Enchantress from the US.
Thank you for inviting me. It's wonderful. It's always my honor to be here.
It is an honor. It's our honor, really. And wow, I'm excited. I just went down my list, my cue sheet, if you will. And I can't say, I'm not just trying to be nice. I hope you know that. In fact, I'm more comfortable not being nice. No. Um, I consider this next person a friend of mine. I admire him. I think he's a genius with the behind the scenes stuff that he does, as well as the before the camera stuff that he does. He is, I was going to say I'm going to say he is New York's foremost mentalists. Let's put our hands together for Tommy Burnett from the US.
Hi, how are you? Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. Um, yeah, well, I'm going to take all of those compliments and keep them, impress them on myself. I don't always feel that way, but thank you. I appreciate that. Um, you know what? Let's do Sarah and Michaela. Yes, 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 yes.
Hello.
Hi, hello, my lovelies. How are you?
No, handsome, how are you?
What's that?
Said hello, handsome, how are you?
Oh, wow. I was like, who? Who?
You.
Thank you. Um, yeah, I'm doing pretty well. I probably had one too many cups of coffee today, but
Okay.
I'm feeling myself racy. So let me pull back a minute. All right. So, yeah, I haven't had red meat now in 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, I'm jonesing for a hamburger. Anyway, um, let me, I should have thought about this. Um, let's bring you guys down here to my handy dandy table, and you can see me right up there in the upper left hand corner. Hi. Okay,
Hey.
so that really is me up there. And down here I have some beautiful cards that are for sale on my website, but we'll get into that later. Um, yeah, I have 10 cards here. Each one has a different design on them. This is the Egyptian god Anubis.
Mhm.
This is the Egyptian goddess Ka. The P is silent. Then we have a scarab, which is like considered a very sacred uh, symbol. Then we have the Ankh, which is a symbol of life. And then we have the Eye of Horus. And I've been working on a new script for this, and I was going to do that tonight, but I started to panic, so I'm going to wait and do that on another day. But so part of my scripting tonight is going to be not as eloquent as what Miss Charlie did tonight, and but anyway, I also have 5 other cards that match the first set. Now, the first set is going to be for you guys. And what I'd like you to do is help me rearrange these in a way that you would prefer. If you want me to keep them the way they are, that's fine, but I also want you to have the opportunity to make any changes that you like. So just tell me, like, I want to move the arc with Anubis, or I want to switch the stirrup with Cha. So have at it. Go ahead and tell me what you want to do.
Okay. Um, switch
the Eye of Horus, and Anubis.
Okay. And
And the
going,
with Ta.
so then you broke up. You said the Ankh
Yep.
and Ka? Yeah, okay. And are you happy with that?
I'm happy with that. Yeah.
We're good.
Okay. So I'm going to place mine down. Oh, how about that? Mine were already in that order. That's weird. Okay. That was, that was a happy accident. It was not by design, but I will take it. Uh, but I don't want it to be like that. I want mine to be different from yours. So I'm going to cut mine somewhere in the middle and lay these out, and hopefully, oh yeah, good. None of mine match with yours. In other words, my aunt matches your Anubis, but my Anubis matches your scarab, and my scarab matches your Eye of Horus, whereas my Eye of Horus matches Ka. So each one is completely different, right?
Right.
And we're going to do that, and then we're going to do that, and then we're going to do that, and I don't know, let's do that. Now, that represents all the conscious choices that we make, but we also have choices that are made without even our conscious knowledge. Some of the choices are made by our subconscious mind, and they are therefore hidden to our conscious um, awareness. Like breathing, we don't consciously say, okay, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, unless we're doing like a meditation, right? But normally that happens regularly, right? So in the same case here, we will mix these up again, face down, without knowing what they are, okay? And we'll lay them out again. And Michaela, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go ahead and call it any number, but we want a 5.
3.
3, so 3 right here.
Yes.
You happy with that? So we're going to take these two and place them over here, and then put these back into one pile. Okay? And that leaves 8 cards. So if we do this and this, Sarah, it will be your turn now. And what's going to happen is, actually, let me take a look at these. Yeah, okay. Yeah. We're going to have to eliminate 3 cards in order to get to the next match. So we can either, or I should say, you can either eliminate 3 from the pile on my left, 3 from the pile on my right, 1 from the pile on my left and 2 from the pile on my right, or 1 from the pile on my right and 2 from the pile on my left. I know there's a lot to process, but go ahead and make a decision now.
Oh, one
Two.
from
Yeah. Yes.
one from the middle
Okay.
pile.
One, sorry. One from The
One
left
from
and
the
two from
left.
the right.
Yes.
Okay.
One from the
And
left,
then,
two from the right.
okay. Okay. So there's 1, 2, and that means we will take these two and put them to the side. Actually, why don't we do that? And we'll move those out of the way. Okay. And we'll put these back here. And now we are down to 6 cards. So we're going to go to Michaela now. Michaela, what I want you to do is think of a number between 1 and 5. Don't say it out loud because I'm already thinking of a number myself. And I don't want you to think that I'm mirroring you when you say yours. So I'm going to say my number first. I'm going to say 3. What number are you thinking of?
2.
2. Okay. So we'll do your number first. We'll go 1, 2, and then my number 1, 2, and 3. And we'll take those and put them to one side as well. Now we're down to 4 cards. Okay? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we're going back to 0. Now this one is one of my favorite ones. You have multiple choices again. You can either mix or switch these 2 cards, the 2 top cards, or the 2 bottom cards. Which would you like to do?
Switch the 2 bottom cards.
Switch the 2 bottom cards. Perfect. And now we have these here, this one here, and this one here. Now, you guys were great. Everybody give Cheryl and Michaela a big hand because that was hard stuff. That wasn't easy to go through all of that process. But the thing about these cards, these are taken from stone tablets from years and years ago, and they originally were created miles and miles apart from one another, which is a really interesting thing.
Wow.
And yet, you guys were able to compare the Ankhs, Ka, and Lubis, Scarab, and the IFRs.
Wow.
And you guys did that. I'm just a what do you call it? A passing traveler who's helping you and guiding you along the way. So thank you
Oh,
both for your help.
thank you.
And
Couldn't have done it without you.
I miss you guys, and it was a real honor to be working with you both tonight. So thank you
You.
so much.
Tommy.
Yay. Oh, that was fantastic, Tommy. I have to tell you, I didn't know where it was going. I was completely surprised at the end. And one of the things I love generally about your mentalism work, you do mentalism, bizarre magic, and regular magic as well, is you make mentalism interesting. You make it visual. And with mentalism, it isn't always color. It isn't always, it's often regular props, plain things like notebooks or pencils or markers or whatever. But in your case, you make it very, very visually interesting. And I think that's so important. I love that effect. I believe it's available on your website.
Well, the colors are the effect. I don't know if I can sell that particular routine because it's based on someone else's, which is why I've written a script to make it my own. But the method is someone else's, and I probably have to get permission from him. I've been slowly talking to him, and hopefully he will agree to it. But the original effect, if anyone is interested, It's called Unfazed by Ben Blau.
Ah,
And it's
very good.
a really great routine. I'm sorry it ran a little bit longer than I anticipated, but it's a really great routine. And the first time I saw it done, it completely floored me and fooled me. And anyway, yeah,
Yeah.
I wanted to do that specifically for your show tonight because I wanted to do you proud tonight. So I hope I
Awesome.
get.
Awesome. I'm going to ask you the question. You're not going to get away with not answering the
Oh,
question. I
dang it!
know. I know.
Hey, buddy.
Everybody suffers. You got to suffer as well, along with me. What's the one question people ask you that you wish they wouldn't, and the one you wish they would ask but never do?
Well, it's very similar to what Mike has said. People often ask me, "What instrument do you play?" And it's like, no, I said, "Magic."
Hello.
uh, it's a great meme of Robin from Batman and Robin slapping somebody in the face, and it goes, "I said magician, B," and then B with a hyphen. uh,
Ah,
uh, yeah, that happens a lot. And then the one I wish people would ask me more, I find it very ironic. I tell them I do magic, and they never ask me, "Will you show me something?"
hmm.
It really happens. I
Oh,
don't know
wow.
why.
Huh.
I don't know if it's because they respect me as a person and they don't want me to work outside my normal, Um, and so I kind of have to like ease into it and say, "Would you like to see something?" Um, but it's very rare that people ask me, "Will you show me something?" Even if they know, even if they see me and know that I'm good at what I do, it's just a weird thing.
Yeah,
Um,
interesting.
yeah, yeah,
Interesting. Huh.
yeah.
So, hey.
Either that or they secretly think that I suck, and that's why. I don't know, but
Uh, guess what? We've got to find out how people can contact you. How can
yes,
they?
how can they? Well, come here. Oh, it came
Whoa. Whoa,
came
I
from the
love
wrong
that.
place. Yeah. Yeah, I meant to do it. No, I was right. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So up here is my website for me. Then there's my shop, Master Taboo, and then there's my email and my phone number. And now you can go now. Oh, whoa, what happened? Where'd it go? I
You were
lost
going to
myself.
make it disappear,
There
weren't
we are.
you?
There we go. And
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Tommy. We can all catch you as well every Wednesday on Open Mic Magic Theater on Facebook as well. So you can get a little bit more if you're a Tommy Burnett fan like I am. You can never
Yes.
get too much of him, that's true. And so we'll look forward to seeing you on the Wednesday show soon, in just a few days.
It's not what my ex-wife says, but it's a whole other.
Thank you so much, Tommy Burnett, the man who knows too much from New York City, US. Thanks so much. Let's clap for Tommy.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. There we go. I don't believe we're near the end. And we have the man behind the magic, the one who's really running things. If we were to pull the curtain back, this next person would be there and he'd look and he'd go, uh-oh. But nonetheless, he makes things run smoothly for the show. Greatly appreciated. He's the UK mentalist. I'm also very thankful to call him a friend who I admire a great deal as well. Let's put our hands together for Kevin Peel from the UK.
Oh, thanks, Dr. Bob. Tommy, I was hoping you would do something that I didn't have to follow. Uh, damn you, Tommy Burnett. That
I'm
was good.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Right. So let's find our friend Holly, who's always great to close the show with, whatever show I'm doing. So I'm just going to add her in like that. Hey, look at that. It's almost like magic.
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah, Holly. Ali, I just messaged you about 5 minutes ago saying, could you grab a pen and a piece of paper? But I didn't say anything else, didn't explain what we're going to do, didn't prompt you about anything. You can honestly say you have no clue what we're about to do, and
No clue.
no clue at all. Okay, so I'm going to use my phone, but this is not tech magic. It's very simple, as you'll find out. So what I'm first going to do is go to my settings, switch off my Wi-Fi, and put the phone into airplane mode. Yeah, so that there can be no extraneous, that's a good word, extraneous influence on my phone. And then I'll go to my notepad. Okay. Oh, what's it say there? Turn off it. Well, yes, I know I have to turn it off if I want to communicate. Thank you, Mr. iPhone. I actually knew that. That's why I... Good grief. So, Holly, in the past months or so, I'll just get this inside, we have talked about ESP symbols. So, you know, the wiggly lines, the square, the circle, the star, and the cross. Yeah?
Yes.
So what I want you to do is look at those, and then just don't use the whole bit of paper, which we're going to do something else as well on that bit of paper, but just in 1/4 of it, just draw one of those. Yeah?
Okay.
But don't let me see your hand move at all. I'm just going to clear what I drew. Okay. And I'll go to the front camera, and I'm now going to actually draw one of those patterns. Draw one of those. Okay. So, Holly.
Okay. Yes.
Just think. You don't even have to, because I've actually drawn it now, and you haven't told me what you drew, have you? No?
Have not. No.
So can you just hold that up so everyone can see?
Okay.
So finally, that's the one you ended up on, yeah?
Yes. Yes.
Now, as I said, I drew this before you even showed us. Oh.
Yep.
So I'll just clear that.
Sure.
Now, we'll clear. There we go. Your phone. Okay, so this time I'm going to draw something again, but we'll do it a little bit more interesting. I'm going to draw. Okay, there we go. I've drawn something that is something that you can easily draw. So don't go out of your way and do the Sistine Chapel roof. Yeah.
Okay.
It's something that everyone will recognize. You know, like a mouse or something. You know, but obviously don't draw a mouse or the Sistine Chapel roof, because we've said that already. So I've committed myself. So what I want you to do is now draw something nice and simple that everyone can recognize. Yeah?
Just anything that anyone can recognize.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's a horrible. Hold on, I gotta draw something better than that. That looks really bad. Okay. All right.
Hold it up. So you drew something living.
Oh, was I not supposed to?
Yeah, no, a living creature is perfectly fine. Yeah.
Okay.
And what I drew.
Yeah, I was between a cat or a dog, and I was like, I was gonna do a dog, and I was like, no, I gotta go with the cat. Oh, awesome.
Thanks, Holly. We could go on all right. I enjoy doing this, but enough is enough sometimes. Enough of a good thing.
Your cat's way better than mine, by the way.
Wonderful. That was truly spectacular, Kevin. It really, 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 really was exceptional. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Guess what? You're not going to escape
Oh
the
no!
question.
Oh,
Yes, you
the
may.
questions, the dreaded questions.
It is indeed. What's the one question people ask you that you wish they wouldn't? There's an irony in there. And one you wish they would ask but never do.
Okay, so this is truly the question that people ask me. Why don't you get a real job? Now, and obviously, I'd never want that question to be asked, but it comes up time and time again. And of course, the one that I want people to ask, and the only person that ever asks this, is how can I contact you? There's only one person who ever answers that. Ask that is you.
Wow.
Yeah. So I have prepared the answer to that. Okay, that is my website. Oh, sorry, I did that so it can be seen in the mirror. There we go. It is the ukmentalist.co.uk is how to contact me. And I think that's enough from me.
We can never get enough from you, but thank you so much. We will look forward to seeing you on Wednesday, in just a few days, on the Open Mic Magic Theater on Facebook. And
presented by myself and Rabina, of course.
Indeed. Thanks again, and we'll look forward to seeing you very soon.
That's a pleasure. Lovely show. Thanks, Michael.
Thank you, Kevin Peel from the UK. And we've come to the end of our show. I want to again recap who was on. We had Paul Abbey from the UK. We had Micah Cover from the US, the Magical Miss Charlie from the US, Peter John from the UK, John the Great from the UK, myself and Cheryl Hayes, Canada and US, with Strange Gambits. That's what we are. That's what we call ourselves. Robina the Enchantress from the US, Tommy Burnett from the US, and last but certainly not least, Kevin Peel from the UK. And I'd like to remind everybody that on tomorrow's show on Magical People, we're going to have Paul Abbey, who teaches martial arts. He teaches specifically Tai Chi and Qigong. And obviously, you saw him earlier. He's a great magician as well. So do catch that if you can on at 1 p.m. LA time, 4 p.m. New York time, and 9 p.m. UK time. We are here the first Friday of every month, the same times I just mentioned, 1 p.m. LA, 4 p.m. New York time, and 9 p.m. UK. You can get the particulars, the Zoom link, etc. from my Facebook page, which is magic.mike.likey, magic.mike.likey. And I have to thank you all for showing up. We do it for you. We don't really do it for ourselves. And I hope you enjoyed it. We certainly do. We enjoy having you. And hopefully you'll come back next time. Maybe catch the Open Mic Magic Theater on Facebook as well. We'll see you all very soon. Thank you.